What I think it takes to be a good sculptor is persistence, hard work, and never giving up, which is difficult. Not necessarily just in sculpture, but in the art world, and just in today's economy, it's difficult to just keep pushing through. So I'd say hard work and persistence, definitely. Definitely outweighs talent, because talent you can't sort of fall back on if you're not working hard at it. And you can make your way through just on hard work. And I think that's a key factor to success. My name's Jonathan van der Walt. I am a fine art sculptor. I'm based here in Port Elizabeth, and I work with the materials of bronze and resin sculpture. I've always been interested in art, and I've always been creative throughout my childhood. In high school I did a little bit of sculpture, but mainly focused on like painting and drawing, and then decided to study art. Started at Nelson Mandela University in 2010, and then thought I was going to focus on a degree in painting or sculpture, painting or drawing, and then ended up falling in love with sculpture. My work's normally quite tongue-in-cheek. It's funny at times, so I often use parody and reference existing artists' work. I merge pop culture with traditional medium to bring it a bit more contemporary. And a lot of the times the poses are quite strong and powerful, and they show movement in their static pose, and a lot of feeling I like to convey through that. What I enjoy about sculpture is how hands-on you have to be. It's very messy. It's a messy process, but you get to create something beautiful out of that mess, which is amazing. I enjoy the various processes that a lot of people are not familiar with, so they see the final product and they don't know how many steps it was to get to that point. So I find those steps very therapeutic in the process to get to that final product. When I normally start with the idea, once that idea is pretty grounded, then I have a process of visualizing that, how big it's going to be, how small it's going to be, how complex it'll be, and then I have to sort of imagine what its skeleton will be, because that becomes the structure of the sculpt, which we call an armature, normally built out of a wire of sorts. Then build the skeleton, and then on top of that you start fleshing it out with clay or wax. I normally use wax for the smaller sculptures, clay for the larger ones. Then it's just a process of back and forth wrestling with that form until you are happy with the form. Details, you can get different textures with the wax, smooth, rough. And then once I'm happy with that form, I begin the molding phase, which it's quite complex, but it's mainly just adding layers of silicone rubber to the form, with sort of divides that you can remove afterwards, so you can have like a 3 or 2 or 3, 4 piece mold. And then in that rubber mold you cast your impression of what the sculpture will be. So in my case, I do resin sculptures. I cast into that silicone rubber mold resin that cures, and then once I take that rubber mold off, I've left with the same sculpture I had in wax, just in resin now. Advice I'd give to up-and-coming younger sculptors, I'd tell them to learn, to keep learning. Don't get comfortable in what you know, because there's always other people pushing the craft, pushing their art. And it's a lot easier to get more information nowadays, so utilize that, take advantage of that, and Google and YouTube and see different ways on getting certain aesthetics, different ways on getting certain textures and forms. See what other people are doing and just keep adding that to your own arsenal, and that will slowly just improve your art. It'll improve how you view other art and how you get that, allow allow that to influence yourself.